Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to Wednesday Night Live right here at the center of the sports universe at Coach's Corner. It's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Wednesday Night Live, it's usually the coach and AD, but we were both playing athletic directors tonight. I got done early at Islands High School. Big shout out to the Islands High School girls volleyball team. They lost in 3 straight games to Northwest Whitfield, but it was 3 great games. Calvary just lost in 4 to Hebron Christian, so hopefully the AD will jump on. But once again, it's Wednesday night, midweek update. Hey, and if you haven't been following local sports, I'm telling you right now, my guest tonight, he's been on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report a number of times on the radio. Now I got him on the internet connection. He had a big week last week. He finished first in the Miata Spec Series, pulled himself in $200,000. I mean, he's just a great kid. Former Benedictine Cadet, now a Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket, and a race car driver. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. He does a great job doing it. Remember, you can watch the Karl DeMasi Sports Report every Wednesday night, every Saturday morning on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report Facebook Live, YouTube channel, and of course on the Coach's Corner Facebook Live channel. We're all over the place. And of course on Twitter at KD Sports Report. Well, this young man's going to be joining us now on the Coach's Corner Internet Hotline. Benedictine Cadet, former Benedictine Cadet, now a Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket, but more important, a champion in the Miata Spec race class, which he'll give us that lowdown. And of course, it's always a pleasure to have on Michael Carter. Michael, great job, congratulations, and a lot of people in Savannah, Georgia are following you, buddy.
Yeah, appreciate it. It's good to be back on the show.
I mean, I can't believe, we were talking about it the other day. It's like almost 6 years ago. Young guy, you were at Oglethorpe Speedway, running around that dirt track. I mean, and it's gone now to, the Miata Series. So tell people, okay, first of all, he went to Benedictine Military School. What year did you graduate again?
2018.
2018. He's at Georgia Tech now. He's going into his second half of his junior year, majoring business. But this all started in his father's garage, okay, right around the block, racing on a little track when he was 5 years old. So tell us how it all got started and what's this Miata Spec Series all about?
Yeah, so I guess, where it got started, my dad's first shop, or when I was born, was over at the Kroger store on Mall Boulevard. And we had a fairly big shop, and that first track that I ever drove a race car was in the parking lot. Spray painted one out in the parking lot. That was my first memory of ever really driving a race car. But yeah, now we're we just won a championship. We're $200,000 richer, which is if you go back 17 years, I would have never really thought this would have been possible. But it's been a crazy ride. So the series that I just won, it's the Mazda Global MX-5 Cup Series. It's presented by BF Goodrich Tires, and it's like it's the first stepping stone into professional sports car racing. It's with Mazda. I've been on this Mazda ladder system. It's called the Mazda Road to 24. I've been a part of it for the past 3 years. At the end of 2018, I won what was called the Mazda Club Racer Shootout, and that was $100,000 to get me into the series. Last year, I was able to win Rookie of the Year and win another $75,000 to put me in the series this year. And I was able to, translate that into a championship run, and it's been pretty cool. So just really blessed to be where I'm at right now.
And people don't realize you don't have to finish in first place every race to win the point total, which like they do in NASCAR and the other racing I guess divisions like Indy 500 and all that other stuff. So how does the point system work?
Yeah, so the points is pretty interesting. So just put it into perspective, you win, you get 30 points, finishing second, 25 points, third, 22, fourth, 19, and then it's 1 point down from there on. So it's a pretty big drop off. If you look at last year's champion, if you add up their points and divide it by 12, which is the number of races in the series, it was an average of a fourth place finish is what it took to win the championship. Well, this year I scored 293 points. You divide that, it's 24 points.
Nice.
So it took almost an average of a second place finish to win the championship this year. So I mean, that just shows you how competitive you had to be to win. My competitor, Robert Noaker, who finished second, I averaged 24.6 points every race, and he averaged 24.06 points. So we were neck and neck the entire season, finishing on the podium virtually every race. So it's ultra competitive, and to win it by, literally by a slim margin was pretty incredible.
Now, I've watched some video of you of some of the races that you're on. I get to see what you're doing. Explain to people how many miles it is and how big the tracks are, and where are you going in the United States? You're not just staying at one track.
Yeah, it's been a progression. We used to just race in the Southeast. In the past few years, we started to go all over the country. And this series that we're racing now does go, from Daytona Beach, Florida to Monterey, California. We race pretty much all over North America. Next year, the series is going to return to Canada.
Nice.
I think just north of Toronto or somewhere up there, somewhere up north. But we'll be returning also to Monterey. The two West Coast races this year got canceled because of COVID and other issues. We were supposed to race at Portland and Monterey, so we'll return there. And the size of the racetracks, we just came off a 1.8 mile street course down in St. Petersburg, Florida, and the biggest track we go to is Road America in Wisconsin, which is 4 miles long.
Wow.
We'll be starting our season down at Daytona in January, so a pretty quick turnaround, about 90 days from now. It's all road courses, so right and left-hand turns. It's sports car racing. The races are 45 minutes long, so about 60 miles, and there's usually 2 every weekend.
So you're not just making left turns?
No, not anymore. Not anymore.
So, all right. So, you're having a lot of success, and of course, tell us about your dad, how much this means to him, that you guys are still doing this. Did he picture you way back when? How old are you now, 22?
No, I'm 20. I'm about to turn 21.
Oh, so that's why Lawrence Bennett was asking when you're going to buy him an adult beverage. I got you.
Yeah, I can't even drink the champagne. So.
So, all right, so tell us about Dad, the family atmosphere. What goes into this as a team, as the Michael Carter race team?
Yeah, it's a huge sacrifice. My parents have done a lot for me, ever since I was little to allow me to chase my dreams. It's been a lot. This series was especially tough with COVID and all. Our season didn't actually start until the end of July. So we've raced, I think we did 6 races in 90 days. And you figure 6 races, 30 of those 90 days were spent at a racetrack. So, we just came off of raced 5 of the last 8 weekends, and 5 weeks is pretty much 5 weeks away from the shop. My dad, it's been a big sacrifice. When nobody's home, my mom takes care of the dogs, and goes to work and puts my sister and I through school, and it's tough on everybody. But when I won the shootout at the end of 2018, there were some sacrifices that had to be made to even get into the series, even with the help of Mazda, and just to see those sacrifices come to fruition and actually win a championship in the series is pretty incredible. Sometimes I ask my dad, what did you ever expect out of all this racing? You ever thought we'd get to this point? And it's pretty cool to look back on, to think about how far we have come as a father-son race team. I don't think many people can say they've gone this far as a father-son combo. Pretty cool.
You still got a lot to go. You're only 20 years old.
Yeah.
So, you're going to be 21. So If you just join us, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Wednesday night live, it's usually the coach and AD. We catch up on what's going on. A lot of volleyball, softball, high school stuff going on in college. But this young man, Michael Carter, from Savannah, Georgia, the Michael Carter racing team, him and his father. Now, we call him Mickey, right?
Yes.
I can't call you
I'm a
Mikey.
junior, but he goes by Mickey.
But I can't call you Mikey. I got to call you Michael and him Mickey, right?
Whatever you want.
I know, whatever. This Northern old guy has been following you for a while now. So, perfect segue. COVID-19, you didn't start till June. What were the restrictions? Were there any protocols that you guys had to follow at these races, or you just went and raced?
Yeah, it was, the same old social distancing, masks. Some of the races we ran at, there were no fans. That started to lighten up really just the end of September. So the last 3 races we had, were able to have fans.
Nice.
The race we had last weekend had 25,000 fans. That was the largest crowd we had this season. So yeah, I mean, it was different. We started off the season with some fans, and then we had to go back to no fans, and I don't know. It was definitely weird, but it all worked out. We were still able to go racing and get our season in. So.
All right, so you went to Benedictine, a lot of discipline, a lot of structure. How has those high school years helped you in your success as a race car driver, but also, I mean, a student athlete also? I mean, you're also at Georgia Tech taking all these courses and finding time to be a race car driver.
Yeah, I think, it's helped me a lot. Time management's a big thing. I like to get my work done when I get it, so that I can go do the things I want, go racing when I want to. I think that's a big part of it. Getting my work done, keeping on top of my stuff, and that allows me to have a lot of flexibility in my schedule. So, and plus, everybody at BC is really tolerant of me missing school for racing, and luckily Georgia Tech's been pretty tolerant also. I'm really upfront with my professors, and they seem to get it. So I haven't had any issues. So it's been really nice.
Well, you're on top of your work, like you said, time management. I mean, if you get your work done and you prove that you can do both, I mean, people are going to work with you, and you're proving that right now at Georgia Tech. And we talked about this. So tell us, Georgia Tech, a lot of guys up there from Benedictine, from Savannah area. How's it going up there with all your Savannian friends?
Yeah, it's weird. I haven't really seen many people. One of the guys that I've seen up there is Gavin Stewart. Turns out we live in the same apartment complex up there.
Nice.
So that was pretty cool. We used to be neighbors back in the day. Yeah. So it's cool, catch up and have that commonality and go to BC, and it's cool, being able to see people that and have conversations. So.
Now, when you do have a break, have you gotten a chance to watch some football games and watch these guys that from Savannah?
The only Georgia Tech football game that I watched was the Clemson Georgia Tech one, and that one it wasn't the best one to watch, was it?
No, that wasn't a good one, and you don't believe this. I mean, I love Georgia Tech, Notre Dame. I follow those 3 college football teams so closely, and I'm telling you right now, Notre Dame's been winning, but Georgia Tech, it just drives me crazy. So once again, you're watching Wednesday Night Live update from Coach's Corner. It's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, the Coach and AD. I'm talking to former Benedictine Cadet alum, now Georgia Tech Junior Yellow Jacket, but more importantly, a Miata race car driver with his dad. They're doing a great job. They just pulled in a $200,000 check, finished first place in points. We talked about what you've learned from BC. What's something that you've learned from this sport of race car driving? Because everybody says, a race car driver, he sits there and he just drives. What did you learn from it?
I think the big thing that I've learned from racing is you can't give up. There's been multiple points in my career where I've thought, well, what's the point? Why continue on? It's not only stress on me, but it's stress on my family, and it takes a lot to get to the racetrack. It's a huge effort, a lot of time, a lot of money, and sometimes it's not the easiest thing, but we've always found a way to push through as a team. When I've been down, I've always found a way to get back up, get back in the race car, And even back like a year ago, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. Right. This racing is really expensive, and it was a gamble to run this year. And in the end, it all paid off. And that's the biggest thing. When things aren't really going your way, or you might feel like you're not really doing the best. You just got to keep on pushing through. It's all going to work out. And that's something that I've kind of taken. I don't really get stressed out about being at the racetrack or performing in a race. I just go out there, do what I can do, and let the rest take care of itself. And that's I think that really helped me a lot this year.
Nice. Well, I've never had a chance to get on a racetrack, but back in the day, I did some crazy things in my little Toyota Celica, 5-speed on the floor. It was a lot of fun. So, have you ever been racing at a very fast speed and actually thought you were going to lose it, but you caught yourself and you came out of it?
I'm sure there's been a few times that's happened. I don't know. I mean, there's definitely been times that's happened that, you surprise yourself. I'm sure everybody's kind of had those experiences, whatever sport or activity they're in. But yeah, there's definitely been, that oh no moment, but then you come out all right. So.
Now, can you decipher between race car driving and regular street car driving? Does it ever get you where you really want to go, but you know what you're at with a bunch of people?
No, I don't really have to deal with that. I don't think. When I get out of the race car and on the street, it's two different mindsets, two different things. I look at those completely different. I never really. I mean, sometimes when you're at the racetrack for a week and you get in the car and you're going 45 miles an hour, it's it's a little different. But I never feel the urge to go race somebody on the street. So it's completely different.
How fast do the cars go that you drive, the Miatas that you drive in the races?
We top out at about 130 miles an hour with these cars. The average speed ranges from 90 to, I think on the street course we were averaging just under 70 miles an hour around the entire track. Whereas our top speed at the street course is only 110 miles an hour. Right. But, on streets through downtown, 110 miles an hour is pretty good. So.
Yeah, I would say so. All right, to wrap this up, okay, now you finished this season. Once again, congratulations. First place point getter and big check to work on what you need to do. What are we looking at for you in the future?
There's some options. Most likely next season, I'll be back in the MX5 Cup Series, chasing for a back-to-back championship and another $200,000. And then from then, I don't really know. I'm halfway through college. I'll be looking to graduate in spring of 2022, and we'll see where the racing goes. We'll see what happens next year. There's some opportunities and some avenues that I could take, but it'll be a MX5 Cup next year again, and we'll see what happens after that. So. I don't really want to get too deep into it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
The season just ended, so you got to give yourself a little break, and you've been going strong since June with racing and school and everything else. So step back, take a breather. But once again, I can tell you a lot of people are following you here in Savannah. It seems like there are a lot of former cadets that are doing pretty well on some different types of race competition, right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see. I guess we do pretty well.
You're part of that club, buddy.
Yeah.
So,
pretty cool.
All right, Michael, I really appreciate you coming on. Once again, congratulations. You deserve it. It's fun following you from the days back in Oglethorpe now to following you on the Miata circuit and keep it the great work. And, you got a big following here. Lawrence Bennett loves you. So keep it the great work.
Thanks for having me.
They got to get you on that Rubbin and Grubbin Show.
Yeah. I've seen the parts of one episode or whatever. It looks pretty fun.
Oh, they get into it. They know their stuff. Yeah. So, I mean, you got to throw some Miata trivia at them, see if they could come up with that stuff.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
All right, Mike, tell Dad I said hello. Keep up the great work. We'll be following you. And,
I will.
Once again, great
Thanks
job.
for having me.
Hey, anytime you want to do something, you want to talk about it, special. Last question, though. I want you to give some advice to maybe a young high school kid aspiring to go into college. the key to what you're doing in college and what you're doing with your sport?
I don't know. It depends. Like if you have something you want to do, make the time for it. It's never going to get done if you don't make the time for it. When I'm not on the racetrack and I'm not at the racetrack or whatever, I'm at school doing my schoolwork.
Right.
When I get back, to school Sunday night, it's a change of mindset. You have other goals outside of school that you want to pursue. You have to put in the work to be able to pursue that. And I think that's a big thing. Getting that to your head that you have to do. If you want to do something else, there's more work that has to be done at school to be able to do what you want to do.
Nothing comes easy, right, buddy?
Does not.
Hard work pays off.
Yes, sir. It does.
All right, Michael, enjoy it. I know you're home for the weekend. Help your father out there in the shop and get things done. And once again, we'll be talking to you.
Sounds good. Thanks.
And you're going to get on Rubbin and Grubbin. I'm going to make sure of it.
Sounds good.
All right, Michael, thank you.
All right, appreciate it.
What more can I tell you? A young man that knew from the start what he wanted to do. He's got his time management skills down. He's organized. And like he just told you young guys, if you're listening, if you want to do it, go for it. Find a time to do it, but make sure you keep on top of the other stuff too. So once again, Michael Carter, Benedictine Cadet, class of 2018, now is on the Miata spec service, sponsored by BF Goodrich. Does a great job. Just finished number 1 point total, $200,000 to do what he's got to do to get that racing team better and more prepared for the next races. And you'll be hearing from that young man. He'll be big time before you know it. All right, so let's go to what's going on around town. We got the Georgia High School State Association volleyball tournament, softball tournament. So far today, we had 7 teams. Well, it started last night. We had 7 teams going into the Georgia High School Elite 8 that would have made, if they won, made it to the semifinals. So right now, last night, Savannah Arts Academy lost to Westminster 3 straight. This afternoon so far, Islands High School lost 3 straight to Northwest Whitfield. Savannah Christian lost to Holy Innocents in 3 straight. I know Woodville Tompkins was down 2-1 going into the 4th set. Haven't heard anything from that. Still haven't heard anything from Richmond Hill High School and Calvary Day School. We just heard lost 3-1 against Hebron Christian. In softball, heartbreaker. South Effingham and Effingham both lost in the Elite 8. South Effingham went to the 3rd game, lost today. Great job by Alex Brown, the only senior on that team, and with the new coach, Jessica Davis, do a great job. Then, of course, Effingham County with Coach Traciak, if I said it right. She does a great job up there. And they lost in the Elite 8 also, so just a lot of things going on. And we have a team that will move on to the state semifinals in Class A Public. Grove's Rebel himself, alumni, Jason Roundtree at the helm of the Bryan County High School Lady Indian softball team. They've made it to Columbus to play in the semifinals, the Final Four, Saturday and Sunday in Columbus. They beat Shiley County last night, 2-0. Jason Roundtree moving on to Columbus for a state championship. Go get him, Jason. Bring it home. Bring the ship back here to Bryan County. Make them proud over there. Girls have done a great job. Young team with a lot of success. We got a lot of football going on this weekend, so check out the prepsportsreport.com. I got the whole lineup there. Just a lot of things going on. We're getting into the 9th week of high school football, so check the slate. Benedictine finally comes home after 6 games on the road. They'll play South Effingham over at Memorial Stadium. It's homecoming week, so that'll be a big time there at Memorial Stadium. Tomorrow night at Garden City, Beach will take on Windsor Forest, both playing for a playoff spot in that Region 3A classification, or the AAA classification. Friday night, like I said, Effingham County will go to Glenn County. Brunswick comes up to play Richmond Hill. Matt Lazat's got Richmond Hill on fire. South Effingham taking on Benedictine. Bryan County goes to Jenkins County. Calvary Day at Savannah Christian. Aquinas comes to play Country Day in Skeeza. Dorchester comes on to take on Bethesda at Calvary Day. In Giza, Trinity comes on to take St. Andrew's. Memorial Day School is at Pinewood Christian. And on Saturday, We have a Saturday night game starting at 6 o'clock at the New Islands, Savannah Chatham County Public Schools Island Stadium at 6 p.m. So that's our midweek live update. We'll be back Saturday morning, the Coach and AD, live right here from the center of the sports universe, and that's Coach's Corner. And, you know, there's a lot of things that are going on at Coach's Corner. Once again, every Wednesday night, this place is packed. We have Pub Star Trivia. Tomorrow night, we were supposed to have a band here, but that's been canceled. Friday night, Savannah's oldest, and from what I understand, sexiest boys bands, Bucky and Barry, will rock out in the Soundgarden. Bucky and Barry are celebrating 50 years of playing music together in Savannah, Georgia. So come on in, come watch Bucky and Barry on Friday night. On Saturday, there's no live music, but there's plenty of college football. 3:30, Georgia takes on Kentucky. 12 o'clock, Georgia Southern. I think Georgia Southern is home, 12 o'clock. I'm not exactly sure. Okay, I know Georgia's at 3:30 against Kentucky. Georgia Tech takes on Notre Dame. So check it out and go from there. Sunday, there will be music in the Soundgarden. Join Tom Cooler as he hosts the Savannah Songwriters Series. Sunday's featured artists are Jason Bible, Levi Moore, and Brady Adams. These talented musicians will perform their awesome original songs and tell you stories behind them. Don't miss out. So once again, we'll be back Saturday morning. The Coach and AD will have highlights of all the games that are provided by WJCL, Frank Silkowski, and Amy Zimmer. You got to check it out. Don't forget, Monday through Friday, right here from 6 o'clock to 10:30, Coach's Corner is hosting breakfast. John Henderson and his crew have taken on Larry's Restaurant's crew, and they're serving breakfast every Monday through Friday from 6 o'clock to 10:30. And lastly, there's so much going on here, I can't keep up with it, okay? Braves for Becca. 3 weeks ago, I got my head shaved for $500. John Henderson and his crew, Lawrence Bennett, Brian McCarthy, Lawrence Bennett's brother, the whole crew that put up the scaffolding with the teepee on top, have raised over $60,000 for Becca Spears, who was a waitress here at Coach's Corner, who came down with a stroke suddenly, only 38 years old. $60,000. I'm glad I could be part of it. Whoever put up that $500, it was well worth it. Once again, they're doing good things here at Coach's Corner. So I'd like to thank my sponsor for making this possible every Wednesday night and Saturday morning, and that's John Henderson and the Coach's Corner crew. This is all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. At 6 o'clock, you saw Rubbin and Grubbin, Dan Foles, Brandon Baines, Lawrence Bennett with all the NASCAR news you want. Then I come on with the AD, Chad Griffin. He's still at school cleaning up probably. The Coach and AD. And then, of course, our third, I guess you would say, sports media group, Hot Grits Podcast. Hot Grits Podcast. Travis Judon and Spencer Maddock do a great job. The new episode, I think number 33, is out. Go to anywhere you listen to podcasts. Hot Grits Podcast. They're part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. So remember, every Wednesday night from 7 o'clock till 7:30 usually. Tonight it was 7:30 to 8 o'clock. Got to thank Michael Carter coming on, former Benedictine Cadet. Michael Carter Racing just won $200,000 for coming on, telling us about his story. And we'll be back on Saturday. So until Saturday, may it be your best week ever, or the rest of your week be the rest of your week ever. And of course, always stay at the park. I'm out of here. I've had enough. It's been a long day. Talk to you Saturday morning. Once again, we're live from the center of the sports universe. Mask up, wash those hands, social distance, and God bless.